Project 823 is the title that we give at school to all the various strategies that we will use to support your son in Year 11 to get the very best GCSE and public exam outcomes that he can. We call it 823 because it relates to August 2023, which is when he will get his results. Now, the best way to think about the project is to see it as a triangle. At one point of the triangle is the school. At another point is you, the parents or carers. And at the third point is your son, the student. And it's when all three of these components work together, sharing the same goals, that your son is most likely to succeed. The purpose, therefore, of these videos is to engage with you so that we can really work together, all three of us, to maximise your son's outcomes in his exams. In that really important triangle of child, parent and school, it is you that are the most important of all. Parents are the most important people in this Project 823 to make sure that all the boys get first-class results in their exams. Now, as parents, we don't get any training or support about the best way to parent our boys. That's our boys, our Challney boys. Your sons will get those first-class results that they need when we use very active and very positive ways of teaching them and of parenting them. So what we do as teachers, as parents and other adults is actually much more important than what the boys do, because it is what we do that will change what they do. As teachers and parents, we often put a lot of effort into trying to change the behaviour of our boys when we think that their behaviour is a problem. Actually, that's the wrong way around. If we want their behaviour to change, for example, if we want them to study more, to keep themselves safe or to be more ambitious, then we should put effort into changing how we behave. As we say at school, when the adults change, everything changes. One powerful thing that we can do as adults is to choose the right language when we talk to them. Year 11 can be a very stressful time for them, and often, if they start behaving badly or not working, it's because they feel overwhelmed. They think that they're not clever enough, that they are too far behind, that it's too late and they don't know where to start. Now, the language that we use with them as adults can change that and relieve their stress. And it can be quite simple. Don't say if, say when. So not if you get strong passes in your GCSEs, but when you get strong passes in your GCSEs. Not if you revised more and spent less time on computer games you would make better progress, but when we have written your revision timetable together and cleared your working space, you can increase your revision time. Say yet. For example, your teacher says that you are not working at your target grade yet, but when you have finished the work you are doing on essays, you will be working at your target grade. Say when you're at college, when you get to university, not if. The boys are young, they're learning, and they may make bad choices sometimes. When they make bad choices, we must talk to them about what was wrong with their behaviour, not what is wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with them. Criticising them damages their self-esteem and they will get worse. But talking about their behaviour will help them to change it. So let's not say you are lazy, but let's say dodging your homework yesterday was a lazy thing to do. You know, when you finish your homework, you make great progress in the next lesson. Boys who feel happy, who feel loved, who feel valued and who feel safe, boys who know where they belong, boys who feel good about themselves will do really well in their exams. They need to know that their parents, their teachers and other important adults in their lives are there for them, to care for them and to protect them. We are very good at telling boys how they should behave. Let's think about how we should behave. Let's involve ourselves in their use of social media and technology. Do we know what our boys are doing on their phone in their bedroom? Do we know how to check? Do we ask them? In other words, we must involve ourselves in this part of their lives because we need to make sure that we are the biggest influence in their lives, not strangers on social media or on the internet. Our boys need to know that we are there, looking after them, and that we are present in their lives, even when we are not with them. When we work long shifts or go abroad, we can still be there for them emotionally. If we're on the night shift, we can message them in the morning to ask if everything's ready for school. Have you eaten a good breakfast? Have a lovely day at school and work hard. If we're out, we can message or phone them in the evening with a welcome home, ask how the day has been and check what homework needs doing. Especially at this time of their lives, they really benefit when we continue to positively, consciously and actively be their parents. When we carry on as much as possible eating together, reading together, talking together, praying together, holding our boys in mind, then they will do well in their exams. You know, often we do these things less when our children become teenagers, but actually all the research shows that even though they may say they don't want us to parent them in these ways, they actually need it just as much as when they were very, very young. In fact, evidence indicates that adolescents are as vulnerable as newborn babies, and counterintuitively, rather than becoming more independent, they need guidance and parenting that is as intense as they did as newborns. Do you remember when your newborn baby was screaming interminably and you were exhausted and you didn't know what he needed and you were at the point of despair? But you didn't shake him and abandon him. No, you cuddled him and you held him close to you with unconditional love and positive regard. Teenagers have the same level of vulnerability, and we need to respond with the same patience, love, and positive regard. Sometimes their more challenging behaviour is their interminable screaming. We need to catch our boys doing right and praise them for what they do well, rather than criticise them for what they do wrong. And we should reward them when they do right, but not the easy way, not with money or new trainers, a new phone or whatever, but through our behaviour and our language, by noticing them and praising them. This way has much more lasting impact, and it increases their self-esteem and makes them feel better about themselves, and they will do better again at everything. It will stay with them for the rest of their lives. A phone won't. Let's remind ourselves how to be great teachers, how to be great parents. Let's work together to make them believe in themselves. They can do anything. They can get 2 or 3, even 4 grades better in their GCSEs than their predictions. Have faith in them. They are young, they are bright, they are capable of hard work, and they have a terrific future ahead of them. Let's tell them that often, when we all make sure every day that they really understand and believe that, they will do really well in their exams and in life. Thank you for listening.